In today's video, I'm sharing your mindset starter pack to transform your health and fitness in 2025. Here's the thing. I find that a lot of the time, we spend so much time focused on the how to get healthy, what workouts to do, what recipes to try. And believe me, I love all that stuff too, and I think it's super important to have a roadmap and tools in your toolkit, but I think most of the time, we actually know what to do. We know what we should be doing to achieve our goals. And the real problem we need to address is actually just getting out of our own way and getting it done. So the mindset shifts I'm sharing in today's video are gonna help you do exactly that. Grab a notebook and pen or open up the notes app on your computer or phone. It really helps if you have a way to jot down your ideas and kind of what's resonating with you, because I have a feeling some things will pop into your head throughout the video about your habits or routines that you want to change. I am so excited, so let's get into it. The first mindset shift that will genuinely change your life is, what would your healthy self do, and how can you start acting that way now? This is the weirdest part about transforming your health and fitness. You have to act healthy before you actually are healthy. In the last couple years, I've actually lost 30 pounds. At the beginning of my fat loss journey, the reality was I was uncomfortable, I was self-conscious, I was really struggling with my body image, and I just felt really sluggish and exhausted and terrible. I had gained about 30 pounds of fat, and I was just honestly really struggling. I had this sense of imposter syndrome almost, where I felt like I was working so hard and doing all the right things, but my physique and my fitness and how I felt just didn't reflect that. That's the key thing though. Any changes in our health, whether it's fat loss, gaining muscle, or whatever your goal is, they are going to be slow and they're going to take time. That feeling that we can sometimes get of just like, what's the point? Why even bother? Why isn't this working faster? That's totally normal, but it's really important to push past that and understand the fact that you will have to start acting healthy and fit before that'll actually be reflected in your physique and the way that you feel. Something I did a lot during my fat loss journey was just asking myself, what would the healthy version of me do in this situation? Whether it was picking food to eat, deciding whether or not I should do a workout, things like that. It became a lot simpler to make these decisions when I put it in the frame of what would my healthy self do, and start acting that way as soon as possible. Because of course, we have to start acting that way before we actually get there. And you probably are gonna have to realistically do that for a while before you actually get those results. I did get there eventually, and I promise that you will too if you're able to push past that kind of mental block and that almost imposter syndrome and stay consistent acting the way that you would act if you were already healthy and fit, because that is how you'll actually get there. We have to stop using perfectionism as an excuse to do nothing. Let me explain. I used to be the president of the I Don't Have Time Club. I convinced myself that I needed to have a full hour to go to the gym and work out. And if I didn't, then why even bother? As if sitting on the couch and doing nothing all day was somehow better than just getting in a quick 5-minute ab session at home, or even a 10 or 15-minute walk outside. At the end of the day, what I have realized is that it was actually laziness masquerading as perfectionism, because this idea of, if I can't do it perfectly, why do it at all, is just a really amazing excuse to do nothing while still kind of almost feeling good about myself, because I'm like, oh, it's just because I'm a perfectionist. I just can't do something unless I can do it really, really well. So I may as well just do nothing. Like, be so for real. The reality is, health and fitness is only made up of the little things, right? Maybe there's a day here or there where we do something really incredible, like run a marathon or compete in an event or get in a really fun workout with a group of friends. But most of the time, it is those tiny choices we make to drink more water, prioritize our sleep, pick a more nutritious food option, or find a way to be a little bit more active in our day-to-day. Because 99% of us don't work on our health and fitness full-time. We're not professional athletes. Because of that, it really just comes down to these small moments and small choices day-to-day. And that's the really cool thing. We all do have these tiny opportunities to prioritize ourselves and to make a difference. It is so easy to discount the little things, and it is so counterproductive to do that. Whether it's getting in a little bit of extra movement, drinking some extra water. I can't be the only one who gets so thirsty as soon as I start thinking about or talking about water. These things add up and they matter. So if you are also a perfectionist, I challenge you to think about areas in your life where you may be using it as an excuse. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but we need to stop doing the same things, but expecting different results. I did this for so long on my fat loss journey. I would always wonder why I wasn't losing weight or why I wasn't seeing improvements in my physique. And then I would proceed to eat and work out the exact same way that I had been for years, as if I could just think about losing weight and it would somehow happen. The thing that actually helped me to get results was committing to it fully and experimenting, trying new things. A lot of things I tried didn't work for me. I tried different diets, I tried different training styles, and of course we're going to fail when we're experimenting and trying something new. It took me 3 years to really solidify a training plan that I loved, nutrition strategies that worked for me, to work on all of these little things that play into it, like getting enough fiber and protein, drinking enough water, sleeping enough, making sure that I'm active on a daily basis, as well as exercising intensely a few times a week. It's a lot. It is really challenging. I feel like a lot of us have experienced this, where we have a health and fitness goal that's kind of constantly on our mind and we've been thinking about and wanting for so long, but it's so easy to procrastinate taking those steps to switch things up and do things differently. For example, if you want to lose fat and you've been following the same training plan for years and years and your diet hasn't changed at all, now's the moment to think about, how can I switch things up? What can I try? What can I experiment with? I know this mindset shift sounds so simple, but I think it's so easy to fall into, and it's something that I struggled with for years and years without really realizing that I was doing it. So hopefully hearing me chat about it will help it click for you so that you can get out of this cycle, because I don't want you to spend months or years spinning your wheels like I did and not actually getting any closer to achieving your goals. The next mindset shift is getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Whatever your health goal is, it's not going to be easy, because if it was easy, then you would have already gotten there. The hard thing about making changes to improve your health is that, at least at the beginning, a lot of them are really challenging and both emotionally and physically uncomfortable. So for example, when you're trying to lose fat, you have to eat less, which means that you're going to feel hungry, unsatisfied, bored, and you're going to crave foods that you have to not eat. And that's not fun. I mean, even take the example of working out. When you're working out, you're in physical pain. Your muscles are burning, you're out of breath, you get sweaty, tired, sometimes sore. If I push myself hard enough in a workout, sometimes I feel like I'm gonna throw up. For better or worse, I feel like this is almost a fact of life. Many of the things that are good for us are difficult and challenging, at least in some capacity. I think the key is making the pain fun. I personally try and find every way possible to romanticize my nutrition, my health and fitness routine, all of the things that are important to my health. So for example, I'm constantly updating and adding to my workout playlist. I really make sure it's my favorite music right now, and it's all songs that motivate me and really get me in the mood to train. I also never do decaf workouts. I always make sure I have some pre-workout caffeine. Recently, I got some new flavors of pre-workout that I've been loving. It might sound dumb, but seriously, something as simple as getting a new flavor of pre-workout that I really enjoy and I love the taste of has motivated me so much to get my workouts done. Maybe you want to make a game out of it. I love to challenge myself to go a couple seconds longer in my plank, to set PRs, to push myself that inch further every single time I train. Something that one of my dance coaches growing up used to tell us to do when we were in pain, whether we were holding a plank or we were all stretching our middle splits and holding it for a really long time, she would all tell us not to smile, which would of course make us all laugh and smile. And there's something about just smiling through the pain, whether it's mental or physical pain. So honestly, I still do that sometimes. I will smile and laugh through the pain. I'm such a huge fan of being your own coach and hyping yourself up. If you could hear my mental internal dialogue while I'm working out, that would be so embarrassing. But honestly, I literally talk to myself during workouts. You could also just get an actual coach, work out with friends, or go to a workout class if you want someone else hyping you up. I used to really discount the little things you can do to make health and fitness more fun and thought of them as a waste of time. And after I slowly stripped the fun out of my health and fitness lifestyle for years, suddenly I woke up one day and was like, why do I hate this so much? Why is this such a struggle? Why am I unable to stay consistent? And eventually I realized it was because I'd stripped away the beauty and the fun in my routine. These little things make a difference, so don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This may be the most important mindset shift and something that I still am actively working on every single day. It is to actually enjoy the journey. I have a personal story with this one too. So my fat loss journey when I lost 30 pounds was certainly one of the most difficult things that I have done. And it took more mental resilience than probably anything else I've ever done. Throughout the entire process, all I could think about was the day that I would be off my diet. And I was so excited to go into maintenance, to not have to worry so much about calories and workouts, and to just kind of let go and be able to enjoy life a little bit more. I still remember how weird I felt the first day off of my diet when I was back in maintenance mode and I wasn't tracking my calories, weighing my food. I wasn't worried about it anymore. All these foods that I'd maybe avoided for so long because they were a little bit more calorie dense and they were harder to fit in, I could finally eat them again. And honestly, I felt empty. The feeling of progress and knowing I was all in on my weight loss journey and pushing myself even when it was difficult, and how proud I felt of myself every day when I was able to stick to my plan, that was an amazing feeling. And it was honestly kind of sad and boring once my weight loss journey was over and I didn't have that daily challenge anymore. Maintaining is obviously 100 times easier than losing weight, but it's also way less fun. Sometimes I genuinely miss it. Sometimes I miss the challenge, pushing myself, and the feeling of accomplishment I felt every day when I was doing everything I set out to do. This is actually a quote from The Office, so, but it is a good quote. The hard thing about the good old days is that you don't know they're the good old days until they're over. It is so easy to future trip. It is so easy to think, I'll be happy when, I'll be fulfilled when XYZ happens. So here's my challenge to you. Find a way to love where you are right now. I can almost guarantee you that you'll look back on this time in your life where you challenged and pushed yourself to achieve your goals and genuinely miss it a little bit. Life is way too short to only allow ourselves to be happy or to enjoy our life once we've achieved certain goals. And trust me, from personal experience, even if you think, okay, this one thing will make me happy, outside of course, like basic needs, most of the time that goal will not actually make you happy and the goalpost will just move right after you achieve that goal. I promise you, even small ways that you can romanticize your routine and make things more fun, more beautiful, and even small shifts to find things that you're grateful for, to find things that you can enjoy, and to try and find joy in the journey rather than waiting to be happy and fulfilled and to love yourself and to love your body. I promise you, it is so worthwhile to try and adopt that mindset now because life is seriously way too short for that. I really hope that these mindset shifts sparked some ideas for you, and I hope maybe you felt called out a little bit because honestly, I was calling myself out with a lot of these too. I think we all need it sometimes. I do want you to know though that a lot of these mindset shifts are not only things that I'm still currently working on, but also changes I didn't make overnight. Many of these are things that I've tried at, failed at, and had to pick back up and try again. Like even writing the outline for this video, I was like, dang, I need to be thinking about these things a little bit more. If you do want to focus on your fitness and physique in 2025, I'm actually running a sale on my 8-week fitness program specifically designed for the busy girls. If you want to check it out, I will have it linked down below. You can get 20% off using the code FIRST100. But if you do want to use that code, be quick because it is going to expire after the first 100 people use it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more from me, make sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every week and I will see you next time.